welcome to PrimeTime Rundown. I'm your host, Jarrett, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Dalton, once again.
Other side.
Uh, yeah, well, my screen's the other way. So we're coming off of week 14 in the NFL, and we're rolling into week 15. The playoffs are pretty close, and it's really getting exciting in some divisions. The NFC East is really close, and there's a race in the NFC South as well. So we're looking to cover all the primetime games from week 15. And we're also check back on the ones from week 14, and we'll go over our predictions as well. But before we do that, I do want to say that what is also going on is the fantasy playoffs in the most exciting fantasy league in all of the internet, the Hardcount Heroes Fantasy League.
Yeah, I'm in the
We
toilet
have,
bowl.
we got Mr. 50 Shades of Trey in the toilet bowl, but we do have 4 teams in the playoff, including the number 1 seed, Double Gulp Cup, the 2 seed, Big Ben Sexton, the 3rd seed, Back to the Future.
That's you.
Me.
That's you.
And then the 4 seed, Judge Judy. So it's a 2-week playoff format, except no, I'm stupid. Hold up, give me a sec. It's 2 weeks for the playoffs, but 1 week per matchup. So we're going to be talking about that a lot in the Hardcount Heroes Fantasy Show. That obviously, if you watch this page, happens every Friday. So go ahead Friday morning, check that out, and hear about our very exciting fantasy league. We're ready to talk about playoffs and what's coming up in the future. But we'll talk about that Friday. So
I can't wait for the future. Oh,
hey, you got a lot of draft capital for next year, though.
no, that's very true. That's not even what I was talking about, but yeah, that too.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Okay.
Really some treats.
So before we touch into week 15, let's touch back on week 14. Thursday night, the Rams and the Raiders played, and Baker Mayfield made the start after being on the Rams for like a day and a half, and wow, he won the game, 16-17. Raiders blew that game. I was right about the prediction on that one. I did not think Baker Mayfield was going to be starting though, and he balled, man. He balled. He looked good. I'm just not completely sold on him yet, though, just because it's a 1-game sample size. So we'll have to see how he does coming into next week, where he also plays on primetime this week. We'll get to that one pretty soon. But then Sunday night, we both picked the Dolphins to beat the Chargers, and they let us down. Chargers took care of business. Tua, I thought he was going to have a good game and throw all over the Chargers. He played like ass, man. I think he was like 10 for 28.
Yeah, his main receiver Hill didn't even do good. He only got 2 touchdowns, and one of them was a fumble recovery.
Yeah, that was a nutty play, that fumble recovery. It looked like something straight out of Madden, dude. Like probably the best thing Tua did that game was point Tyreek Hill in the direction of scoring that touchdown. So they let us down there, so we were both wrong on that one, which put you at 0-2 right now, and then I was at 1. But we evened out at the end in Monday Night Football because the Patriots beat the Cardinals, and I picked the Cardinals to win the game. They lost 27-13. You picked the Patriots 27-13. I really thought they were going to have something working off the bye week, but Kyler Murray got hurt, so that kind of affected their chances of doing anything. But what do you do? That's football. A lot of people get injured, ACL injuries, which are very common in the league. But there's not much you can do about that, And I don't really think the Cardinals, they might fire Cliff Kingsbury pretty soon, too. It doesn't seem like his scheme is working out for him.
And I mean, not to jinx anyone or whatnot, and with football injuries, the one thing I am surprised, I know he didn't play in any of these games, but Christian McCaffrey, I'm surprised he's playing a full season right now.
I know, right?
After last season and the season before, it was just kind of rough.
Yeah, he made us eat our words. I thought he was going to be injured by week 4, man.
I mean knock on wood. But
yeah, exactly.
Because I don't want to jinx anyone in our fantasy team, but
no, exactly. So that was week 14. We'll roll into week 15 right now. Thursday night, San Francisco 49ers, CMC 49er, coming in at 9-4 after Brock Purdy.
That dude cooks better
Purdy, the GOAT, let Purdy cook. Really just stomped Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. I mean, they didn't even look close, and it was a blowout, 35-0, and then eventually the Buccaneers put up some points, but
they turned the game off on the TV.
Yeah, they switched it to the Panthers and Seahawks game, which is actually the opponent of the 49ers in this game is the Seahawks. and they lost to the Panthers last week. The
Yeah.
Panthers, yeah, go your Panthers. They ran all over them, dude. I mean, Donta Foreman was supposed to have a big game. That was kind of the hype coming into this game, but Chuba Hubbard really kind of took over and they got the job done. I mean, they ran all over Seattle, and in this game, though, I feel like they're not gonna have such an easy time doing that. So we'll have
Mm-mm.
to see how it shakes up the offense. Uh, so that's the matchup for that one. Then moving into Sunday night, the Giants and the Washington Commanders play again. And last time they played, they tied. It was, I believe, it was 20-20. Very evenly matched teams, both
Mm-hmm.
right now projected to make the playoffs as, I believe, the sixth and seventh seed. So right now, all NFC East teams are projected to make the playoffs, but we'll see how that folds out at the end of the year. But I feel like this is also going to be kind of a grinding game like their last one was, where it's 20-20, and it's not going to be necessarily anything high scoring. Good defensive efforts, a lot of run, and I feel like it's really going to be a close one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, this is definitely gonna see who in the past few weeks has progressed the most in order to take the win.
Yeah, and the Giants just got stomped by Philadelphia, so we'll have to see how they do in this one. I feel like they might have a decent rebound, but we'll have to see. And Washington's obviously coming off the bye. So then Monday Night Football, Baker back on prime time is taking on the Green Bay Packers, my team right here, coming fresh off the bye, and we'll have
Wash.
to see how they do in Monday Night Football. It's going to be in Green Bay, and it's also going to be. I looked at the temperature before we started recording. It's going to be a high of 19 that day and a low of 6. So I feel like that's going to play a big factor in that game. I mean, the frozen tundra, you know that in December, when you come up here, it's going to be a big factor.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Rogers is washed. You just it's
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has been playing at an MVP caliber, like he has, but a lot of the times too, he's just not on page with his rookie receivers and all these young guys. It looks like there's some type of miscommunication and they're just misstepping. The only guy that really has a connection with them there is Cobb, and I mean Watson's been on fire lately too, but
mm,
Randall Cobb's kind of the only guy that really gets Aaron Rodgers, and they're tight, they're closely knit. So and Baker coming in, he's gonna have a little more time now to learn the playbook, and we'll see if that really changes the outcome of this game. And I feel like if they can get the run game established with Cam Akers, then they should have a decent game. But the Packers' run defense obviously isn't great. This has been a
it's
reoccurring theme all
non-existent.
season.
It doesn't exist.
Literally, like a JV running back could run all over them. It's terrible.
Oh, I could go running for all over him. I have a bad knee.
Yeah, exactly. We could probably send you out there with you hopping around on one leg and you'd fucking run all over the Packers defense. That's how it is. And that's coming from a Packers fan, so that's the truth right there. So then let's wrap back to the Thursday night game and we'll do our predictions and give our scores. So San Francisco and Seattle, what do you got for a score and who wins?
I'm gonna go with San Francisco on this one because I do think Purdy is gonna do some pretty good game again. Not as great as this past week, but I think he's gonna have because he's still got that rookie luck.
Yeah.
He's still learning. But I think he's gonna take it. I don't think he's gonna get as high of scoring because I think the Seahawks are still gonna have a fair defense. I'm gonna say this game's gonna go to a 24-21 game. I think it's gonna come down to a field goal in this one.
Yeah. I like that pick. I'm also going to take the Niners. And I just purely think their defense has been probably one of the best defenses in football. They held the Dolphins 2 weeks ago to 17 points. They just held the Buccaneers this week to, if I can double check here, they just held them to 7 points. And that's supposed to be a high tier offense. And I feel like the same thing's going to happen to the Seahawks. The Seahawks will have a little more success against them, but I would probably take San Francisco in this game. And I'm going to say they hold the Seahawks to 17 points and San Francisco puts up 33. So 33-17 is my projection for that game.
That's a bit of
I
a
don't really
gap.
think it's going to be as close. Yeah, I mean,
That's a bit of a gap.
you just lost to the Panthers and now you're going to go in and play the best defense in football.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
sir. What does that mean? Lost to the Panthers.
Well, the Panthers have a shot to win the NFC South, but I you had Sam Darnold as your quarterback. I mean, you can't really argue against that. He's kind of a bum. What can I say? You know,
Yeah, actually, I can't argue with that at all. He is a bum. He's definitely
and
doing better than Mayfield did for us, though. Because Mayfield he had a couple good games, but Sam Darnold's actually off to a decent start. We did get
yeah,
rid of CMC, so we're just kind of screwed in that department. But people are
yeah,
starting to step up. We'll get back to the caliber we were.
yeah. We'll have to see.
Baby steps.
Definitely, if you use some of those draft picks in the correct way, you probably could from that CMC trade.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's our predictions for the Thursday night game. Now Sunday night going to be an interesting game. Giants versus Washington with the same record, 7-5-1. When they tied last time, so this is like neck and neck. So who do you got, and what's the score?
See, I want to kind of say I think it'd be cool if they ended another tie, just both evenly matched teams,
That'd
like
be
still
kind of
this far
neat.
in the season. But
Yeah,
I do think the Giants are gonna take this one because I know Saquon has been getting stronger, so I think he's gonna be able to do a bit more damage, and um, I don't know. I don't think the Commanders' defense is gonna stand up to what it once was.
yeah,
So I think Giants are gonna take this one. I still think it's gonna be a closer game, but I think it's only gonna be like by a score, maybe a score and a field goal. So I'm gonna say like 27-20.
all right. Yeah, I'm gonna go the opposite route of you here. And the last time I picked the Commanders, they beat the Eagles, so I'm gonna take the Commanders again to beat the Giants.
Oh,
And
you
if
bitch.
you want to talk about old school football and nitty gritty kind of uh, offense, this is what this game is going to be. I think it's going to be a
Definitely.
3 yards in a cloud of dust type of game, where it's going to be heavy on the run and strong defenses. So in a nail biter, which is also low scoring, I'm going to take the Commanders 14-13 over the Giants. Yeah, in a close one. I mean, the last game was right on the nose. I think the momentum weighs a little bit on the Commanders, and they're coming off of a bye once again. And the Giants just got mollywopped versus the Eagles, which are, I know I shit on the Eagles earlier this year, but they're probably the best team in football right now. I'll be honest. They looked really good. So
Hmm.
the Giants are going to have to recuperate. I think they'll keep it close, but I think the Commanders will take it 14-13. So that leaves us with the Monday night football game. Baker and the Rams come in to play Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. What do you got for a score and who wins?
See, this one I'm not sure because, I mean, yeah, Baker's had a bit more time. He's learning the playbook, but I don't think he's gonna have it mastered. It might take till probably next season before he does. But
Yeah.
Raj is just really struggling to connect with his receivers. So I think this is gonna be another fairly matched up game. But I do think that the Rams are gonna take it because they're gonna use the run game. Packers can't stop them. It's So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
go with the Rams on this one, and I'm gonna have to say Rams are gonna take it 35-21.
Okay. All right. Uh, so I'm gonna go against you again here. Uh,
You
as
bitch.
much as I shit on the Packers this year, with the Giants losing and the Seahawks losing, it's opened up an opportunity for the Packers to make the playoffs. And I honestly, if you ask me 100% to be honest, I don't think the Packers are going to make the playoffs. But in this show, right now, in this game, I'm going to put my faith in the Packers to run the table, part two, and win the rest of the games and make the playoffs. So I'll take them to beat the Rams in the cold at Lambeau, and not necessarily a super high scoring game. I would probably take them 24-20 over the Rams. I think it'll be a moderately scoring game, and the Packers offense isn't necessarily super electric, but the defense will kind of hold up a little bit, and Baker won't have necessarily as good of a game as he had against the Raiders towards the end there. I think the momentum's going to kind of cool off. We're going to see his true colors, and the Packers will end up winning it. So let's talk player of the week then. Who do you think is going to have a breakout performance this week or have a solid one?
I see. I don't know players all that well, but I'm gonna have to say Purdy's gonna come out on top again. I think he's gonna have another amazingly good game.
30.
I think he's gonna do it. So
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
go with QB route this week.
Fucking love Brock Purdy, man. What a guy. Just true grit, you know. Uh, I'm gonna go with the Monday night route, and I'm gonna go with Christian Watson. I mean, the guy's been
Oh,
electric all year,
he's
and I think it continues again. We'll have to see how much Jalen Ramsey's on him, but I feel like the Packers can utilize him
mm-hmm.
in such a way that they've been doing where he can be explosive no matter who he's got on him.
I
I
hope
mean, that
not.
guy, you really hope not, but that guy has for his build, he's so fast. It's unreal how
Yeah.
fast Christian Watson is, and he's just like an athletic specimen. I wouldn't necessarily compare him to like a jump ball receiver. Kind of like I would consider DeAndre Hopkins to be kind of a jump ball receiver, like Mike Evans. But I would honestly say I don't think the speed's the same level as Tyreek Hill, but Christian Watson, it's more comparable to Tyreek Hill in my mind than he is to guys like Mike Evans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's just got a little bit of a bigger size too. I don't think he's making a lot of catches in traffic, but he has the speed to create separation and make big plays. So Christian Watson, the touchdown machine, I think he's gonna have a great game against the Rams, and Aaron Rodgers has seemed to be clicking with them late in this half of the season. So
I hope
that's
it
my pick.
falls apart and your dreams get crushed so I can watch you be sad and laugh and know I could have changed that.
Well, okay. I'm gonna go cry off screen now.
I'm going to
All
laugh off
right.
screen.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Shit's gonna get personal next week. Just wait.
None
Just
of this
wait.
is serious, folks. I
No,
swear. We're good friends in real life. This is nothing.
just bullshit. We get competitive though about our primetime game
Oh, when it
picking, I
comes,
suppose.
yes. Oh, you should see us on Sundays watching football with fantasy. Whew.
Yeah, exactly. That's when the real heat comes out.
I had a
So,
black eye last time.
and you can hear more about the our fantasy woes on the Hurricane Heroes
Ooh,
Fantasy Show. Like I said earlier,
that's some
that's
good
gonna
stuff.
that is some good stuff, dude. Nick and Cameron, they're unreal when they're relentless, man. They just go at each other's neck the whole time. It's unreal. But
Or if you just push Nick's buttons in general. I did
yeah,
that.
he just goes after
That would have
everyone.
been, what, 2 episodes ago? Not this past
He just
episode, but the one
goes
before.
Mr. 12 and 2, so
Yeah, it's his only excuse.
exactly. We'll see how that goes for him next year. So that's pretty much it for our show this week. We're coming up to the playoffs. We're going to have week 16, 17, and 18. And then there might be some questions about what we're going to do in the playoffs. We are going to continue primetime rundown into the playoffs all the way through the Super Bowl. And we're just going to predict each playoff game. And we might get some extra people on here. We'll see if
I hope.
they're available. Get some more opinions on playoff games and really kind of hone in on those. So we're looking forward to do that. But besides that, like I said before, check out the Heartcone Heroes Fantasy Show. Check out the socials on the side of your screen.
Especially
We
TikTok, because if I'm not mistaken, I do believe we still have entries going on for a
Yeah,
Madden giveaway. Any
yeah.
platform.
The Madden giveaway is extending all the way to Christmas.
Ooh.
So plenty of time to get in there and win yourself Madden if you haven't got it already. And
Or
if you haven't got it yet, no, why not save yourself the 70 or 60 to $70 and
yeah.
have one of us buy it for
Or
you.
if you
So
still need a Christmas gift, you can give it to a little nephew, niece, son, daughter,
exactly.
father, uncle, grandma, grandpa, anyone.
Yeah. I mean, there's no going wrong there. And especially when it's free to enter, all you got to
Mm-hmm.
do is, I believe, follow the TikTok, like the post and comment. I mean, that's
Yep.
pretty easy. So check out the TikTok. We've had some other content going on there too, some quality memes and just other posts too, like the Let Purdy Cook post I put up. I was really happy with that one.
Yeah.
The Viking slander, there was some backlash on that one, but I don't give a shit. I mean, that was made to provoke. So, uh, besides that, that's about it. Any last words, Dalton?
Yeah, for anyone watching this, put your guesses for who you think are going to win the primetime games down in the comments. And if you're right, I'll mention it in the next recording.
Wow, there you go.
Try to get y'all
All right.
involved.
You got the man's word. Yeah, we want to hear what you guys think about these games. Give us your opinions, and we can kind of bounce off one another, and really just improve all of our
Yeah,
knowledge.
or
You know,
even just
and
feedback on like the videos if you think there's something we should try doing differently. I mean, we're here to
yeah,
learn. We're here to improve.
we're obviously open to all that. Also, if you check out our Discord, go to the Instagram, go to the link tree, and then enter our Discord. We're open to any football talk there too, and even just reflections on the videos, advice, whatever
Or
you
if you
think.
want to shit talk Cameron and Nick, I mean, that's all fine too. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
we're just
Just
there to have fun.
we just want to connect with you guys. So, with that being said, I think this outro's gone on long enough. So we're gonna peace out, and then we'll see you guys in week 16. All right,
Yes,
later.
sir. Good night.